Yo everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I'm sure you've gathered from the title, what is she going on about? What is she talking about? You know what? I have never really created any kind of drama videos. I'm not really one of those drama kind of people that likes to spill the tea. I just think create drama for the sake of creating drama, for the sake of views, for the sake of entertainment, you know. And I've never been one of those people to do any of those kind of videos. My videos are solely focused on reviews, makeup tutorials, new products, and general just talking about makeup. But I don't know why I suddenly felt the need to do this kind of video. And the reason being, recently Anastasia Beverly Hills released her Prism eyeshadow palette, which is the eyeshadow palette that they have released for the holidays. And I have always bought my eyeshadow palettes and makeup from Anastasia Beverly Hills from their website directly. And I tend to use MyMallBox, which is a shipping company which forwards it onto me in the UK. Now, a lot of you have said to me, why don't you use the UK website? Now, let's talk about that. The UK website for Anastasia Beverly Hills has only been around for about a year or so. It hasn't been around for that long. And because I'm fully aware of the US dollar to the UK pound exchange rate, I know that I'm getting a better deal if I buy it direct from their American site. Now, let's look at it right now. Now, I've just literally typed in dollar to pound. Now, whether the exchange rate changes about 3-4 times a day. So just at the moment, $1 US is equal to 0.77 British pounds. So 77 pence. Yeah. So that means that the pound is stronger than the dollar. Somebody like me who would change my money into US dollars, my money would go a lot further than somebody who's changing their dollars and coming to London to spend their money. Their dollars would not go as further. That's just how it's always been. The pound is a very, very, very strong currency. It's not done too well recently since the referendum last year, and since we've started to go into Brexit negotiations. I voted Remain, just in case anybody's wondering. I do live in London at the end of the day. So what happened was, when they released their holiday collection, I wanted to get the Prism palette, I wanted to get the blush palettes, I wanted to get the little liquid lip sets. And I thought, why don't I use the UK website? Because it is there and it's there for us to use. And obviously it makes it easier for me to get my items a lot quicker as well. I went onto their website and I was like, hold on a second. I don't understand why the Prism palette is on there for £41. And on the Anastasia Beverly Hills website, it's on there for $42. I was thinking, so does that mean that I'm technically paying about $60 for my eyeshadow palette? So just going onto any random currency website, it says $42 is £31. So why is it that it is not £31 on the UK website? Now, one thing that many of you may not be aware of if you've never travelled abroad or you've never come to the UK or the US or wherever it is. Now, when you shop in the US, because it's the same in Canada, and Canada, as you guys know, I've been there 7, 8, 9 times. I've been there throughout my life, and I also went to America earlier on in the year. Now, what happens is you go to the till or you pick up an item and it says $15. You go to the till and they add tax on at the till. That's always annoyed me whenever I went to Canada thinking I had the exact amount of money in my hand to go to the till, and they're like, plus tax. And I'm like, what do you mean plus tax? The reason that it surprises us Brits so much is because in the UK, the tax is already added onto the price. So if it says it costs £40, you go to the till, you pay £40. But in America, it's the other way around. I've never understood why they don't just add it on to begin with so people know exactly what they're paying for. Not everybody's good at maths, because I definitely ain't. I got a C in maths, and that was enough to pass me, and that was it. But standing there having to do calculations and stuff, like, what the hell? So I thought, does it have something to do with the tax? Is that the reason? But then I thought, the amount of times I've bought direct from ABH US's site, they haven't added tax on at the end. It's £41, and because I've gone over a certain amount, I got free shipping, so all I'm doing is paying that $42 for the eyeshadow palette. So I don't understand why we are, in the UK, having to pay more money for our products. On the UK website, as this is up there for £41, I'm technically paying $55 for this eyeshadow palette. Can somebody explain this to me? I don't understand how this makes sense. See, even if I look at something like the dip brow, which I use all the time, I don't always buy stuff from the Anastasia Beverly Hills US website. I generally just tend to buy stuff from there when it's a brand new launch. But for example, the dip brow, which I have used for years, ever since it ever came out, whenever mine runs out, I will always buy mine from a UK website. And I'm really stupid that I never really bothered to question it or query it. I'm paying £18 for the dip brow. But in the US, on the US website, it's $18. Why are we paying more money? I don't understand it. Now, I'm happy for people to discuss this below. Obviously, I apologize if I've missed something when it comes to taxes or whatever it is that I'm completely wrong. But I personally feel that that Anastasia Beverly Hills is ripping us off as UK customers. We are having to pay a lot more money. I am not willing to pay 50 odd quid for an eyeshadow palette, which I know costs about £35. £35 for an eyeshadow palette like this isn't a reasonable amount of money. I'm sorry, but I feel like we are being bumped in the UK. What is the purpose of having a UK website where you're not actually doing us any kind of favours? You may as well have just not bothered with the UK website, in my opinion. You may as well just left it as the US website. Now, what I have done is I have used the US website and I have shipped it over to MyMallBox in the US, which will ship it over to me in the UK. So I have paid dollar prices. I didn't pay £42 for my Prism eyeshadow palette. I actually paid £35, and that is proportionate when it comes to exchange rates. So you know what? Like I said, I didn't want this to make this some big drama and slating ABH, this, that and the other. I genuinely want to understand why it is like this. It doesn't actually make any sense to me. I looked on their website as well. It doesn't mention anything about taxes or anything like that specifically. Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. Let's all discuss it below in the info bar, because I'm happy for people to educate me if I'm being ignorant, inform me. Maybe it's like this, maybe it's like that. But up until now, I hadn't actually noticed or realised, and I feel kind of stupid as well that I hadn't noticed this beforehand. But I genuinely feel that ABH is charging UK customers more money than is reasonable for their products. Otherwise, you know what, you may as well have just left it as the US website, because I've also noticed that then the UK retailers are then charging the same price which is listed on the ABH's UK website. While they are entitled, like companies like Cult Beauty and Beauty Bay, to charge their own prices, all they're doing is going by what is written on ABH's UK website. So they're copying it, and then that extra charge is getting passed on to us customers in the UK, and I really don't think that that's fair at all. So let's talk about it. What do you guys think? Are we being ripped off in the UK by ABH? Or am I just being over the top and irrational and confused, and I'm just completely 100% wrong? Like I said, if I'm wrong, I completely apologise and discard this video altogether, and I will say I'm sorry in the info bar below. But I genuinely want to talk about this, discuss this, let's debate this. Why is it that we have to pay much more money when it just doesn't make sense? So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.